Hi friends, young and older. So glad you could meet with me up here at the North Pole at my house to spend some time. I'm going to read a wonderful story for you. It's called Christmas Magic by Garland. Now, it's said, and it is, that Christmas is the most magical time of the year. So, spend time with me as I read this wonderful story for you. Emily had always loved Christmas Eve, but this year something about it felt different. She couldn't tell what, but maybe it was the way the snow glittered and danced as it drifted down from the sky. It seemed to her that the snowflakes had never been so perfect. She watched the boy who was moving in next door. He seemed too shy to even say hello. A new friend would be nice, she thought, but he went inside before she could even think of what to say. Emily continued to roll the snowball she was forming and tried to imagine how her snow woman would look like when she was done. Yes, she's not making a snowman, she's making a snow woman. She must have just have the right name, something fancier than mine, Emily thought, as she balanced two more snowballs on top of the first one. I know, I'll call her Katrina. With an old coat and hat from the attic, a carrot from the pantry, and some coal from the basement, Emily set to work. When she finished, she stepped back to admire her snow woman. "Good night, my beautiful Katrina," she said softly. "It's getting late. I still have things to do." There's her snow woman. Isn't she pretty? Yes, I love her hat. Once inside, she carried her gifts, already wrapped and ribboned, to place under the tree. Emily had finished her Christmas shopping weeks ago. She had picked out something special for Mother, Father, her cat Ginger, and Max, her dog. Next, she lifted the delicate angel choir from the cardboard box and carefully placed each figure on the round table. She glanced with anticipation at the empty stockings and then went upstairs to her room. This is quite the decorative place, isn't it? Very nice. Very nice. Emily changed into her cozy nightgown and looked out the window to check on Katrina. She was surprised to see the boy next door building a snowman in his front yard. "I wonder what his name is," she whispered to Max and Ginger. She was tempted to call out the window to the boy, but didn't want him to think she was spying. Oh my. They are watching out the window. Oh, you know what? See the green lights back there? Those are the northern lights. And sometimes the reception just isn't as good as I'd like it. But can you see way in the back there? Right here. That's that boy building a snowman. Mother and Father tucked her into bed, turned out the light, and closed the door. But Emily was still wide awake. She couldn't help thinking about Katrina again. She climbed out of bed and crept to the window. She was amazed by what she saw. Katrina's head was turned toward the snowman in the next yard, and his head was now tilted toward her. Emily knew it was impossible, but they seemed to be looking at each other. Let's see if I can get good reception. Nope, not yet. Suddenly, Emily heard strange noises coming from the hall. She peeked around the door to see Ginger and Max merrily meowing and barking out jingle bells. "How can this be?" Emily gasped. A movement at the bottom of the stairs caught her eye. The angel choir had come to life. Emily bounded past her pets down the steps. The angels flew in circles and loop-de-loops in and out of every room, Emily followed one of them right into the kitchen. Oh my goodness, is that amazing? Or what? See? Isn't that amazing? Christmas magic. Emily stopped in the doorway. She was astonished to see an army of mice making Christmas pies. Mixing bowls, broken eggshells, and spilled sugar covered the kitchen table. Pets singing? Mice baking? What could be next? Emily giggled. This Christmas is really different. I think she's excited. Look at her expression. She is very, very excited. Wouldn't you be? If you walked into the kitchen Christmas night? Oh my gosh, yes. From the kitchen, Emily went into the parlor. That's sort of like our family room. She was just in time to see the Christmas stockings jump down from the fireplace mantel and form a chorus line. Chorus line? With each kick, they spilled more of their goodies onto the floor. Oh, I love it, dancing Christmas stockings. Then the Christmas tree started to spin slowly, as if to join in. All the ornaments floated loose from the branches. The presents rose from the floor and began circling the tree. That was when Emily heard the music coming from outside. She rushed to the window. I wonder what she saw. Can you think of what she might have seen? Katrina and the snowman weren't just looking at each other now. They were turning into real people. Of all the magical things Emily had seen, this was by far the most amazing. The snowman walked over to Katrina and bowed. She answered with a graceful curtsy. Look. They became real. When you think you've heard of all the magic, more comes. Emily watched the dashing couple swoop and swirl around the glittering snow. In one last sweep, they danced to the steps of her house. Emily heard a light knocking and ran to the door. She was so excited she could hardly open it. There stood Katrina, radiant in her snowy gown. Emily smiled up at her. "Hello, Emily," said Katrina. "We thought you might like to come outside and dance with us." Emily nodded eagerly and then quickly put on her hat, coat, and mittens and boots. Katrina and the snowman each took one of Emily's hands, and they leaped and swayed and twirled together over the moonlit snow. When the snow stopped falling and dawn was near, Katrina looked up at the brightening sky. Emily followed her gaze. "I love dancing with you," Emily said breathlessly, "but I should go home now. Thank you for inviting me." "Merry Christmas. We will never forget you," said Katrina, squeezing Emily's hand tightly into her own. Once inside, Emily found she was too tired to climb the stairs. She snuggled up in a big chair by the Christmas tree and was soon fast asleep. The next thing Emily knew, she felt a gentle shaking. She sat up and looked around in bewilderment. The stockings hung peacefully above the fireplace. The angels stood exactly where she had placed them. "Did the mice finish baking the pies?" she asked. Father laughed. "That must have been some dream." "Maybe I did dream the whole thing," she thought. There's only one way to find out. How do you think she's going to find out? Emily pulled on her coat over her nightgown and ran outside. There, side by side on the sparkling snow, stood Katrina and the snowman. The boy from next door was there too. "I can't believe it," he whispered. "How did my snowman get all the way over here?" Emily grinned at him. It was Christmas magic, she whispered back. Katrina and the snowman didn't say anything, but Emily was sure their smiles were even wider than before. You know, I wanted to show this. And I really wish you could see this. Do you see Katrina? She's winking, isn't she? So, that was a wonderful story. I hope you enjoyed it. It's become one of my favorites now. So, hope you enjoyed. Stay safe, stay healthy, remember to be good, and be nice to all. Santa and I want to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. We love you. Bye.